Center up. Come on. All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Gonna keep it clean. Touch gloves. Let's do it.
I'm gonna let the crowd speak for this one. Anticipation has been building since this fight was announced. The highlight reels each of these gentlemen has, impressive.
Ready.
They want to add to it in Texas. Calvin Kattar swelled to a -280 at close. He's in the blue as the favorite. Josh Emmett, a lot of bettors liking that +190 or so on the underdog line. Kattar mania. His fans travel well. Calvin with more than 50 in attendance. Many of them wearing those neon yellow t-shirts. His sister Kylie, who he's so close with, moved down to Austin recently, just had a baby, so second home for the Kattar family is right here in Austin.
You saw Emmett start to feint jabs, and you saw Kattar immediately get his hands up, try to back himself out of range, make sure he recognizes that overhand right coming.
He's definitely trying to bait Emmett to throw that right hand right now.
And you know how much each of these guys respects each other by the fact that they're looking for their way in, knowing the danger that's coming back at them.
That's exactly what I was about to say. The crowd's been a bit spoiled.
Yes.
Because we are a minute into this one, and you got two high-level guys, both that possess insane power, and they can't take chances.
I'll tell you though, the ice is paper thin, and once it breaks, they're gonna go.
Yeah, they're both waiting for one of them to make one little overextension so they can capitalize on their heavy shot. That's what you're seeing here. They just want somebody to throw so they can counter.
The one thing Kattar can't do is be so afraid or so cautious in regards to the power of Emmett that he doesn't allow for himself to fight his fight.
Big right from Emmett.
And that's one of the things Emmett said is I'll eat one to give one. He already ate a jab, landed a right hand, and you saw Kattar already landed that calf kick once.
First attack for Emmett. Kattar stumbled along the fence.
It's the power of Emmett right there that you just saw. Oh,
Big
fast
1-2
one,
from
too.
Kattar.
That was lightning.
One of Josh Emmett's gutsiest wins came in the summer of 2020 against Shane Burgos when he tore his knee in the first 20 seconds of the fight and went 3 rounds toe-to-toe, won the fight, and it held up as one of the best fights of 2020. Brought in Shane Burgos, oddly enough, in anticipation of this fight, who fought Kattar before, big, long, rangy featherweight.
Seems impossible. Like Dom said, when your knee goes, it's like you're walking on ice. There's no stability. And this kid fought for 15 minutes like that. It speaks to the toughness of Josh Emmett.
This featherweight division is absolutely loaded. Dean Thomas has been with us all night. What do you got?
The one thing I'm noticing Kattar's doing right now is he's getting a little bit lower. He's putting himself in the shell so that Emmett can't come over the top with that right hand. Notice how his legs are bent and his stance is a little bit lower. That's to keep Emmett from coming over the top with that right hand.
The other thing I love that Kattar's doing is you notice he's faking the jab so much, so many fakes, and so many fakes of that right low kick that between those two, it's hard to tell when he's throwing it and when he's not, which makes it hard for Emmett to commit to his counter. The fakes are a big switch up for Emmett to try to read. All these fake jabs, these slow ones.
And one of those jabs got through just enough to open up a cut just above, I believe, the left eye of Emmett, but on the outer portion doesn't appear to be bothering him.
It does not take much. You know, you're fighting some of the most skilled martial artists in the world, and they are so accurate with their attacks that when they land, for the most part, they land where they intend them to go.
Big right from Kattar, right cross.
He's guys are taking their time. They know they have 5 rounds. You'll see them pick it up in the second. They've made some decent reads. The second round will pick up.
Well, if you're Emmett, this range doesn't suit you. This is where Kattar wants to fight. Kattar wants to be at a range where he can touch you and kind of stab at you. Not really.
Big left from
left
Emmett.
hook.
And this is what Emmett wants. That forward pressure is where you're going to see him successful. When he's moving back, it's harder for Emmett.
Late takedown attempt, offers an elbow on the break. 1 round is in the books. Round 2 coming up. Round 2 coming between Josh Emmett and Calvin Kattar in our main event. The feeling out process through the first 5 minutes, very close. Total strikes, significant strikes, nearly the same. Josh Emmett had a big land late in the round before shooting for a takedown. Kattar was able to keep his feet. Emmett is riding a 7-fight knockdown streak. That is tied for the most in UFC history. 1 more knockdown, and he'll hold that record alone. And a heavy right hand from Emmett.
The way he throws that right hand, you know why. It generates a lot of speed with those hands.
And Emmett believes in his power. So when he throws it with every part of himself. It also takes confidence in the takedown defense to be able to stand there and really get rooted into the ground and throw a punch like that. Because a lot of times if you miss, you overextend and you're wide open to be taken to the ground.
Quick 2-punch combinations, 3 times across the octagon for Emmett there. That kick caught the chin from Kattar.
Those oak kicks look like they're coming from around and they come right up the middle. They're tricky. Kattar did a nice job with that. That kick will keep working for him, just like a jab.
In terms of pure boxing, like Kattar's much more clean. See that? He's much more sharp. But the big looping shots of Emmett always keeps you on notice. So you can't really get like this, right? If you're Kattar, you gotta have these. You gotta have these misses. Emmett throwing big punches and catching air.
Cut above the left eye, starting to leak a little bit more for Emmett.
He's that jab right there, that jab right there all night. As long as Kattar controls the range with that jab, it's going to be tough for Emmett to land the big, heavy ones.
Defense so good from each of these guys. Kattar starting to get long with the jab.
He's got timing on that jab now. Now he's reading it. The fakes and all that started to open up, and now he's got the timing of Emmett a little bit more. And that's why you're seeing that jab start to land so much.
And if you're Emmett, you got to change it up a little bit. You got to start throwing some kicks because right now they're having a boxing match with a better boxer.
Ooh.
So that's what you did as the shorter heavyweight. You would kick your way to your hands and then wrestle from there. Yes, that's what we could see Emmett do as well. Kick your way in, follow your hands behind that, and then wrestle after that.
Step-in elbow has been a weapon for Kattar in the past. Just tried it for the first time there. Emmett responding.
Beautiful right hand there by Emmett.
And you're seeing Emmett go to the body more. That's a smart read as well, because Kattar's so good at leaning that frame back and countering.
Cut above the left eye, starting to get bad for Emmett. Big left, catches the target, shakes a little sweat off of Kattar.
You see there that Emmett, he'll throw his right hand and switch to southpaw to come with the left in order to cover more range and distance. Nice head movement by Emmett there. Got to be using that head movement when you're a shorter man, especially with the jab of Kattar, and he's doing a good job creating that. Now the forward pressure. When Emmett's forward, he's successful. Whoever moves forward is successful in this matchup.
You see how close the striking numbers are. Landing at 35% on each side. One significant strike separates them. Really, optically, it's the damage on the face of Emmett that's the real difference.
The one thing you do see, though, is when Emmett lands, he knocks Kattar off balance. Kattar's just kind of poking at him. until he's ready to throw that nice right hand.
40 seconds to go in round 2. Emmett tried the takedown to maybe seal round 1, unsuccessfully in the closing seconds. We'll see if that's the game plan once again.
Nice
Rips
body
the
shot.
body and follows it up top.
Ooh.
Step in knee for Kattar.
That was a beautiful knee by Kattar. Another one.
That was a beautiful body shot there by Emmett. Nice knee by Calvin.
Emmett's trying to pull Kattar into that right hand.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Final seconds, Emmett with one more attack. High level combat.
The Emmett corner said they're up 2-0. It's such a close fight. I don't know how you're confident in that, but it could potentially be 2-0. It could be 2-0 the opposite way, too. It could also be 1-1. We literally have no idea what this judge's card would look like right now because they've been so evenly matched to this point.
Yeah, we also don't know what that does to Emmett's mindset moving into
right.
the third. I think that's what's most important with his corners is to just get in Emmett's head regardless of what the scorecard is. They want him to win. So that's the other thing we don't know also. But yeah, they definitely don't know the score.
Dean Thomas, what do you know?
Well, I wanted to speak to that, is that it's not safe to tell your fighter that you're up 2-0 at this point. Unless we have open scoring, it's not safe. I would never do that, and I think that's doing us a disservice.
Dean, don't talk about open scoring.
What?
We all hate, though. We hate open scoring around here.
Oh, I don't mind it. At least they know where they're at.
Big right hand.
Oh,
heavy.
Right from Emmett.
And the power is the difference in this fight right now. That's what we're seeing in this round, the power.
Yep.
The jab is huge.
Because when Emmett lands, he moves him around.
Yep.
Just flashed the live number. It might have been a little bit different now after those two big shots from Emmett. Betting odds-wise. Big combination from Emmett. Well, we thought it might be a story of Kattar's volume against Emmett's power, and one might think that Emmett's landed the more powerful strikes to this point in the fight.
He has, yes, for sure.
Watch for elbows. This is where Kattar starts to make the adjustment with the elbows when he meets in the middle. Usually after about the third round, he gets the timing and the range for it. We'll see if he starts looking for it.
The chants for Calvin Kattar from the crowd. Haven't seen much in the way of leg kicks. Big shot from Emmett once again. Another
3-2.
one.
Basic fundamental strikes from both these guys. Jabs, 3-2s, 1-2s. There's the elbow of Kattar. He's looking for it now.
Well, Kattar recognizes that he's got to do something a little bit more damaging than just throwing jabs. Because right now, it feels like Emmett is pulling away because when he hits him, he's bouncing him around the octagon.
Perhaps a little more urgency being shown from Kattar as he finds the home for a right.
Well, now he's moving forward. When this man moves forward, he starts finding success. Whoever moves forward, it really starts landing.
With intent. Oh!
Big shot from Emmett, backed him up.
And that's the danger in being a little bit more reckless against Josh Emmett, is that he throws so hard that he puts you on notice the moment you start thinking and feeling like you got something going.
Upward elbow from Josh Emmett on the way in.
But I truly believe that for Kattar to find success, he's gonna have to take some chances, because that threat in the first round is so scary. But as the time passes, that threat starts to minimize a little bit. They're not as dangerous.
Punches and bunches again for Emmett. Still razor thin margin so far. Unbelievable. Final minute of round number 3.
Saw that out of Holland earlier. Touched the knee over the top. Right hand.
Oh, yeah, nice body shot.
Oh, buckled him with the left as well.
There's the elbow. And Kattar, he's really starting to look for those now. We'll see what he can do. Those are dangerous when you start seeing the elbows timed.
Emmett starting to feel some rhythm here. Final 10 of round 3.
Watch your fingers.
Great action, but it will take more than 15 minutes to settle it. You heard Tyson Chartier in the corner of Calvin Kattar. They don't exactly like what they're seeing so far. They want him to wake up, go first.
Yep.
There's only 10 minutes left in the fight now.
They're wanting Kattar to move forward, and if you hear Emmett's corner, they're calling for a right hand, high crotch double leg. So you throw the right hand, and you go to the high crotch, you roll underneath the hook to the high crotch, and you get to the legs that way. It's a setup from the boxing, and they're trying to switch that up so that they get him thinking about something besides the hands.
Well, he told him to wake up. Tyson said wake up. What are you seeing out there that's not allowing you to get going? And Kattar said he's loading up. So he's being so cautious that coach is telling him, hey, we got to get going. We're in round 4 now, and it could be 29-28 him. It could be, you know,
Yeah.
we could be behind a round now. That's how I think it is. I think we're 2 rounds Emmett, 1 round Kattar.
It's so crazy to hear everybody's judging. Imagine if everybody had a part to play in the judging. Everybody's got a different mind.
I think we'd probably be right because we know what we're watching. Sorry.
Whatever you say, DC. Nice inside kick.
That's one thing that Kattar does not do enough. He doesn't kick. He's only boxing. And Emmett, even though he doesn't throw kicks very often, he still does mix in the kicks every now and again.
Yeah, you usually see more kicks from Kattar than in this fight.
You think it's because of the wrestling? Maybe he's cautious that he doesn't want the kick to get caught?
I mean, that's the only logical thing I could think of because you usually see a lot of kicks from him. Especially the low kick.
Or would you hold back on the kicks knowing what's coming back from Emmett to load up the big right shot?
Well,
I mean,
we saw it earlier with one of the fights earlier. Somebody kept throwing kicks until eventually he got blasted with a counter.
Slight clinch, not for long. Under 3 to go in round 4. Kattar trying to find that elbow. Tyson Chartier just said, make it dirty for Calvin Kattar.
One of the things Kattar said is I'm going to have to be patient. He's definitely being that,
Yeah.
but now his corners want him to be more urgent in the last 2 rounds of this fight. We'll see if he can pick it up, move that forward pressure, and keep the combos going.
Body head for Emmett. Kattar responds, Emmett with a right.
Those body shots of Josh Emmett are paying dividends. It's that investment. It may not show right now, but as we get longer into the fight, you see Calvin Kattar start to really react to those body shots.
There's some swelling below the left eye of Josh Emmett that is starting to mount. And it's not fight ending yet.
That elbow landed.
Right knee to a spinning elbow. I mean,
That elbow landed.
it's not a combo you see very often.
Kattar pawing the jab.
Oh, right on the
Big
eye.
right, and that wobbles Emmett.
The elbows are the big difference maker.
Look at the cut over the eye of Emmett now.
We thought it could be, but that elbow really hurt him. That was on the money.
That elbow really opened up that cut. What a fight between these two.
So skilled, these guys.
The cut over the eye, the swelling under it. And it's the lead eye for the conventional stance, Josh Emmett. Round 4 has been big for Kattar, as the significant strikes tell you. Which means we could be 2-2 heading into a 5th if we get there.
Massive response by Calvin Kattar because Josh Emmett had his best round in the 3rd.
That single leg looks slippery.
Yeah, it's hard now. At this point, it's hard. You're falling into takedowns. When you're in round 4 and 5, you got to run them over. Because if you're grabbing the leg trying to move them, they're just turning and kicking out.
And that's one of the things you got to notice about Kattar is if he's landing the jab in the 1st round, he's going to land it twice as much in the 5th.
Emmett on the blitz.
When he's forward, when he's moving forward, he's successful. Oh my gosh, that was a good timing of a kick.
Ooh.
Just missed.
Emmett showing more urgency. Now it's a dog fight after 4 rounds. 5 more minutes. A smile from each.
Right here, you see this beautiful elbow. Lands right on the cut by Calvin Kattar. He lands a nasty right hand there.
Jake Manini, Boston Muay Thai, says we have no idea how these rounds are going. Emmett's corner seems to believe it's 3-1 Emmett.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the problem with that. Kattar, because they don't know, could be a bit desperate. He will fight. You think you're up 3-1 going into the 5th, it may be like, I just gotta survive. So it's
maybe, but we don't know what Emmett knows with his corner. Like, we don't know if he's just gonna sprint in the 5th.
Are they speaking a different language
Yeah,
now? Are they talking in code?
Well, we just don't know what that does to Emmett. Does it hype him up and make him want to go harder in the 5th, or does it slow him down and make him save himself?
Some people thrive on positive reinforcement.
I'm up 3-1 in the 5th. I'm like, I gotta stand up.
I want the truth, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. But Josh will keep fighting, right? It's who he is.
Yep. Right now, the one who gets this forward pressure in this round is going to win it. That's what I've seen so far in these rounds. I mean, I thought in the beginning, but whoever moves forward starts landing.
Kattar was down on the striking numbers after 3 rounds. He is now back ahead after a big 4th frame. And with stakes this high between number 4 and number 7, something you don't want to have happen is think the scorecards are going to say something and then be baffled at the end of it in what everyone outside of your corner and the octagon would say is a really close fight to this point.
Yeah. Emmett's really explosive. When he goes like that, it's hard for Kattar to keep up with him. Just in round 4 and to begin round 5, there are less of these explosions from Josh Emmett. He needs to empty the tank right now and continue to fight and press.
Nice right hand. I mean, this is a great pace these guys have kept the entire fight. Very economical. They've made balance. They know how to maintain their cardio for all 5 and still have a very high-level fight.
Who wants it more? That's the big question with 3:15 to go.
It's always that in these 5-round main events is who wants it more.
Well, Kattar thought that Emmett not having the championship round experience is going to play in his favor. But the reality is Josh Emmett looks great. He doesn't look tired. The guy's in fantastic physical shape, and so is Calvin Kattar.
Kattar's gone 25 minutes against Dan Ige, Max Holloway, and Giga Chikadze.
The range is just one extra wrinkle for Emmett to have to deal with. It's allowing Kattar to be ahead on the strikes. He could just land a little bit more because he's farther away and can touch from farther away.
As the fight's going a bit longer, Kattar's done a better job of maintaining his range. And when Emmett gets close, he just step pivot.
Yep.
There it is.
Counter combination from Emmett.
That's what Emmett needs. He needs more of that.
So much on the line with 2 minutes left. One of the few kicks we've seen over the course of 23 minutes. It's been mainly boxing, few elbows thrown in. Emmett 0 for 4 on takedown attempts, but he hasn't really tried to get things to the mat.
If you use a lot of energy trying to take down Kattar, he's going to piece you up after you're done with that takedown. So you've got to be very smart when you choose to go for it.
Emmett throwing the looping rights there. Kattar able to roll with it.
The Kattar corner and team should be happy because it seems as though the fight has played out the way that they've needed it to, because when Josh Emmett explodes, Kattar cannot keep up with him. When they're just throwing, Emmett is the guy that seems to be getting to the target, but Kattar just tries to poke him from the outside over and over.
Emmett seems to have an awareness that there is 40 seconds left to really make a statement here. Kattar still trying to find a home for that jab. Here goes Emmett. 30 seconds left.
Amazing fight these guys put on tonight.
Yeah, it was.
The whole fight card, incredible.
What a night it has been in Austin, Texas. 8 by knockout, 9 finishes, 2 featherweights at the top of their game, trading blows for 25 minutes. And a big one for Josh Emmett at the horn. All right, here is a look at the numbers. Can't really tell everything. You can tell how close the fight was. Calvin Kattar pulled away in rounds 4 and 5, but the power of Josh Emmett carried in to the 4th and 5th rounds. It's anybody's guess as to who will get their hand raised after such a close fight. Josh Emmett over by the broadcast position. He's kind of wondering, as are we. The corner of Calvin Kattar also just kind of trying to figure it out, thinking, do we have this round? Do we have this round and this round? Joe Martinez has emerged into the octagon with the scorecards, and he puts a button on our night with the main event results.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Doug Crosby scores at 48-47 for Kattar. Sal D'Amato, 48-47 for Emmett. And Chris Lee scores at 48-47 for your winner by split decision, Josh Emmett!